JHillas was kind enough to send a Spyderco triangle Sharpmaker for a pass around. We've had a little bit of a delay, but we're going to be able to get started with trying this out on several kitchen knives. The Sharpmaker comes with the plastic housing, which also contains the stones. Comes with two brass or bronze metal rods as safety devices. Comes with two triangular shaped rough stones, and then two triangular shaped ceramic finish off stones. We'll go through the technique in just a moment, but we'll be working on three kitchen knives. These are two Hinkles that have considerably dull blades, and this one even has evidence of a slight roll on the edge of the blade. We also have a Damascus kitchen knife that has a quite obviously chipped and worn edge on its blade, and of course a nice fine Damascus steel on this. And of course we have the third Hinkles, another kitchen knife that does not have quite, well actually it does have some evidence of rolling on the edge as well. So these are all sufficiently dull and ready to be sharpened if this will be possible to be done. Now we start off with setting up the base of the Spyderco triangle Sharpmaker. In this case, it goes into place this way. The case fits nice and snug over the housing. We'll set up two of the stones in the angle first position. To start working on the blades, we want the angle to be presentation to the edge of the blade. Put our two safety rods into place, and we'll start off with the large Hinkles kitchen knife. The recommendation is to perform 40 strokes as if you're cutting, alternating between each side of the knife. So we're on 3, 4, 5, and of course we're keeping the knife perpendicular to the ground or to the base, giving us about a 30, I believe about a 30 or 40 degree angle. So we were on 6, kind of did that one on the short side, 7, 8, drawing every time from the hilt to the point. 9 and 10. 11, 12, 13, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, and just by way of note, the safety rods are definitely a good idea, obviously something that was added because of a reason, and we've had, as we were performing our sharpening strokes, we had a little bit of a mishap where the point slid off a little earlier, and if this had been, without the safety rods in place and on the other side, it could have been an opportunity for a bit of a hand nick or cut. So I believe we're on 36, 37, 38, 39, and 40. Now we're going to go ahead and rotate to the flat side. We'll be going with the flat side as the presentation slide for the stones, and then continuing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, and 40. And just of note, because of the curvature of your blade, it's just very important to keep your visual perspective almost directly over the blade to make sure that you're keeping it perpendicular to the deck or the whatever counter you've got the base of the knife sharpener on. And also you want to rotate it just very much like you're actually making a cutting stroke or a slicing stroke. So at this point we remove the gray stones and put into place the ceramic stones, and again the triangle edge facing inward to be the sharpening surface. So now we'll continue. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, and again you want nice firm pressure against that stone on each end, and try to make those strokes all the way to the tip of the blade. 36, 37, 38, 39, and 40. Now we'll rotate to the flat side of the ceramic stone. And you can see the evidence of some metal being removed from the edge of the blade. And then we'll continue. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, I'm going to do that 32 on the tip just a little more, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, and 40. And finishing off 40 on the tip. And I've noticed that as you get near the end, you want to make sure that all portions of that edge of the blade are actually touching the flat. You don't want to have too much come off of that and end up working the edge of the triangle. So I'm not getting any rolled edge whatsoever. On either side. Yeah, the roll is completely gone, as I would hope, and the edge of this blade feels significantly sharper. There's a bit of a pop there. So that's the larger Hinkle's kitchen knife. Now we're going to revert back to the regular stones in order to work on this Damascus edged knife, or this Damascus bladed kitchen knife. It's a small kitchen knife, and as mentioned earlier, it's got some significant chipping on the edge. I'm just curious to see, using the standard format as recommended by Spyderco, to see if we can bring this back to some serviceable blade. The blade feels dull to the pad of my thumb, and I had worked with this one somewhat recently, and it really took some effort. It's really just really good as a fruit peeler for oranges or something. So we're going to go ahead and go through the standard procedure on the edge of the gray stone. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and I got to say that with the shorter blade it's a lot easier to cover from the rear part of the blade to the tip. 9, 10, 11, 7, 12, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, and I can actually feel the chip of the blade catching a little bit. That is the larger chip, about midway on this blade. 36, 37, 38, 39, 40. Now we're going to rotate our stones to the flat side, and just kind of noted that this is almost like a serrated knife with the way that the chips are formed in that edge. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, and 40. And actually almost looks sharper. Now we'll rotate from the stone components to the ceramic components, and continuing with this with this Damascus style kitchen knife. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, and 40. Now we'll rotate the ceramic stones, and as you can see we've got a little bit of debris from a previous knife. Ceramic stones are on the flat side facing in, and I've got to say that in spite of there still being some evidence of the chipping along the edge of this, the chips seem to have been worn significantly, or smoothed significantly, and perhaps quite a few more work with this might bring it to an actual smooth edge. So continuing with the final flat section of the ceramic stones. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, and just getting a rough idea, general idea on this. There's no evidence of the edge roll at this point. I've got to say that although it does feel significantly sharper edge than it did before we got started, it does not feel like it's an incredibly popping type of an edge, although there is It does feel significantly sharper than before. So I believe that maybe running this, some more, at least double, maybe even triple the amount of times through the system might bring the blade down to the point where the nicks are no longer evident and we may have a much better edge. So I'm going to go ahead and continue a little bit later, but this gives us an idea of how to use the Spyderco Triangle Sharpmaker and moving through the stones in the process. I don't think I had it on video, but the guards definitely would be a good idea, especially if you're working with a blade and it gets to about this point and it pops, moves from the tip down towards this way. You could definitely possibly get yourself a little nick or a little bit of a laceration from that. So appreciate JHillas giving us the opportunity to work with this, and I'm going to finish these knives up a little bit later.